Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. In this video, you would be getting to learn how to live a minimalist lifestyle, that too without compromising on our needs and fulfilling all the things we need in our day-to-day general life. Generally, we are the ones who have come up to becoming the consumers instead of being the producers. However, there are a lot of ways of living life in the most minimalist way possible, that too without compromising the things we actually need and love. Living a minimalist lifestyle can mean very much different to different people around us. We may make our own definition of living a minimalist lifestyle, that too without worrying about what others may think of it, because it's all our choice towards the end. Living a minimalistic lifestyle requires a lot of thinking and what all goes into organizing the things our way. For instance, for some people, it may be actually to remove the things which aren't needed in our homes or in our minds as well. But to some, it may also be to organize the things which actually exist and remove the things only which they don't even like. See, there is a difference between having things in our home and even in our mind too. We don't get to understand the difference between them. Instead, we can also get in touch to keep the things which are quality materials and which also give a whole new decorum to our home. We can remove the things which we just like and keep up with the things which are actually quality materials and which help improve and make our life more comfortable. Being minimalistic is important in order to understand that we humans aren't meant to keep always be surrounded and always be hooked to the materialistic possessions of our life. Being and living in a minimalistic way means to understand that life is simple and we need to live it much more simply. We can understand the depth of it even by having the few things which we actually need. Most of the people these days actually earn to live a life which is of their own comfort, which provides them comfort and removes all of the discomforts coming up their way. See, getting into a minimalist lifestyle is not a very short process. It requires long term vision, long term thinking about the things which we are actually going to do with us. We can get to removing the things which we actually don't need. The easiest way of doing this is to keep a diary or a journal wherein we would be keeping a track of the things which we actually need and which are the requirements of our home and even in our minds, and remove all the and unclutter all the things which aren't needed or which we haven't used in the last few seasons. In this video, we would be covering few points which will definitely help you in living a much more minimalist lifestyle without compromising on your needs, and that too discovering the beauty of living with the few things in a much more happier and peaceful way. The first point goes as give yourself a clear personal goal. You have to have in mind as in what actually minimalist lifestyle means to you. You have to understand that just removing some of the things isn't being in the minimalistic in true sense. Being minimalist is being happy with all of the things which you have and with all of the thinking and mentality which you actually own. In this way, you would even get away with the things which aren't actually meant for you, and detaching yourself with the most materialistic possessions is also easier this way. There are a lot of much more simple things which you can do in order to help yourself get living into a minimalist mindset. Also, you can declutter your shelf and your mind as well in this way very easily. The second point goes as you have to decide on your own as how you would be living a minimalist lifestyle. If you go and check your wardrobe or your home, you would definitely find out tons of things which you actually don't need and are just taking up enough of a space. You need to understand that which are the things which you will actually be needing, and those are the ones which are actually meant to be kept in your homes. Also, removing the all of the negative mentalities and all of the unhealthy habits we have in our lives is also keeping us stuck at a particular place. It's important to understand that having a positive mentality and attitude towards things, having an accepting mentality instead of judging things, is definitely going to make us make things work out for us in the longer run. For instance, you have a lot of pairs of things in your home, and however, there are only few of them which you actually like. This is definitely going to make you confused, and when you would actually be picking up the things which you would be using. That's the reason you need to remove all the extra things which you have at your home, and you can just give them away to or donate to someone who actually needs it. In this way, it becomes much more eco-friendly, and it also helps bring a smile onto someone else's face as well. The third point goes as declutter your shelf. You need to understand what all the things are the ones which you actually wear, and what are the things which you don't actually wear. You can just declutter your things very easily. Yeah, there may be chances that you would to be attached to the things which you actually own. I too do so. I have an attachment with the things I actually own, but with time and with the going seasons, we actually get to understand that these are the clothes we actually wear, these are the things which we actually use, and the easiest way is, if you haven't worn it in the last 2 seasons, you would definitely end up not wearing it in the forthcoming seasons too. This is the best way to analyze that you need to remove those and give them away to someone who would actually feel happy after having those. Donating is the best way to bring up a smile on someone's face, and that too not polluting our environment, not degrading all the things which we have, and not wasting the things which we have spent money upon. For instance, if you have a wardrobe full of clothes, you would definitely have some of them which you actually like, which you always go to whenever you wish to wear and go out for somewhere. That's where you need to understand that these are the ones which you actually don't wear and don't end up using, and you can easily remove them away. The fourth point goes as train yourself to live with less. Yes, there is a mentality that if we have less things, there is less confusion. Definitely, it goes well with our life as well. When we have less of the things which we actually use, we get to confuse things tend to confuse us less, and we can easily understand what all goes in that way. In this way, we can easily decide what all things are the ones which we actually use, and we end up only making senseful using and make the most out of the things which we actually have. There are a lot of ways of using things less, of using less things in the best way possible. We can even learn to have a creative mentality wherein we tend to reuse the things which we actually use instead of discarding them and then using the new ones. In this way, we will end up not even throwing the things, not wasting the money which we have spent on the things, and we can actually discover that these are the things which we can reuse, and that too in a much more creative manner. The fifth point goes as ask yourself, do you actually need this? This hack works very well with me, at least. Whenever I have something to buy, I actually ask myself, do I really need this? Or is this the one which will actually work out when I'll take it to home? In this way, you will yourself understand what are the things which are actually meant for you to buy, and what are the things which aren't actually meant to be bought. Also, this will help you understand that these are the things which are quality, and these are the quality things which you will actually be needing in the longer run, and you would be using very well. And these are the things which you would actually not be using and are just taking up a lot of space in your home. This simple questioning way will definitely help you keep out some spending a lot of money on the useless shit we keep buying, instead of investing those money in some right places. However, this becomes a rather interesting and another subject. I will definitely make another video on this too, on how to manage money and how to keep things in our control as well. The sixth point goes, as I had said before, be a reuser. Try to reuse things. Try to bring out a creative outlook of yours whenever you tend to buy things, whenever you tend to use things. Once you've used a thing, it's not mandatory to just discard them without thinking twice. You need to understand there are a lot of things, a lot of people suffering staying in this environment, and the things you discard and dispose of are definitely going to stay in the environment for very long. So you can do two things. Firstly, either reuse it in some form or the other, or donate it to someone who would be wearing it and who would be needing it. You would definitely be knowing someone who would actually use those things in when you give them to those. This is the best way to understand and to help those who would actually be needing stuff which you would be giving them. The seventh point goes as invest in high quality things. There are 2 points whenever we tend to keep things in our homes. The first one being either keep quality things, that too in a small amount, or keep the things which you just like and in much more amount. I know most of you would prefer having the first option. This is because having quality things, that too in less quantity, is definitely going to bring a lot of difference than having just the things which you just like. In this way, you would be easily managing the things which you actually have, organizing them well, keeping them very well, and also having much more space to bring out and keep up the things which you would be actually using. Also, there are a lot of times whenever we tend to see things such as having much more toys and other things of small children in our home. We can just do what we can easily do to them is instead of buying much more toys, we can replace them by having and teaching them some gardening skills by giving some plant pots to them in order to help them understand how the environment works. And also this is a much better form of way of using things much well. In conclusion, living a minimalistic lifestyle is all depends up to you. I just gave my opinions on what a healthy and minimalist lifestyle would actually mean whenever you wish to live one. Most people are getting into the habit of living a minimalist lifestyle instead of just spending on the shit which they actually won't be needing and which would actually be taking up much more space of their homes. I hope this video would be of some help to you in some way or the other. If you find this video useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe.